Alright, welcome to my ramshackle video. Apologize for the poor mic quality, and I'm using Shadowplay to record this. So this is going to be unlike some of the other videos because I'm probably going to be posting this on Egosoft forums. And if I talk a little bit fast, my apologies because I don't want this to be a long video. Nobody likes those when you're talking about issues with the game. So a major issue that I'm running into, and just to cut right straight to the chase, is I started with the split hard mode start where you're basically in a spacesuit, right? And you are friends with FRF and enemies with ZYA, and you definitely have almost not only a mission that directly says go after these guys, but you also have a reason to hate them. So that got me to thinking at first. I was just like, oh, you know, FRF shipyards are going to have all the ships in the game. They do not, right? ZYA has their own. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense, right? In a way, because that's how it is with other factions. Certain factions have other certain variants, right? Like a Sentinel versus, you know, whatever ship. Maybe one ship that's heavier hitting, less hit points, and then vice versa. Okay, so now if we want that ship from the hostile faction, we have to disable it and board it, right? So engage in hostile activities. Totally fine with that. I'm alright with that. Where I have a major problem with is when we get to the end game. So if I want to build that ship now, because my plan is to wipe that entire faction off the face of the board if I am able to do that. That's like a goal set for me based on the very awesome scenario you guys set up. It makes sense. That was my intention with the scenario synopsis narrative even, right? Like, so that's what I'm going to do. I actually have a goal now that's kind of neat. So that being said, I can't do that. In a way, because I'll be cutting myself off permanently from getting these ships. So to get those blueprints, I have an interesting idea. My game's modded. I'm using a mod that somebody now, because there's no way I'm going to dump hundreds of hours into the game, not being with this issue in front of me. So I'm using his ship mod where he can reverse engineer. If you're a shipyard, can reverse engineer. But I think that's a little too much. It's kind of like he saw this too, he or she thought of this and came up with the idea to do this. But I don't know how the mod works. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that it's 100% gives you everything. But just think about it. Here's my proposal. All you would have to do is have the boron or whatever at your player HQ have a wharf attached to it. And then he has you park a ship in the wharf just as you would with a venture. Right. Then he has a special research option called reverse engineer, and then what it does is basically recognizes the size and complexity of the ship and its components that are on it, right? So if you just bring like a stock ship in there, it's got hardly anything on it, it's just going to go off the base superstructure. But if you bring a ship in there with a lot of heavy weaponry and stuff that you don't know about, the boron's going to go, okay, yeah, no problem, we'll do this, but I'm going to need, you know, gives you this laundry list of components just like the current research is. And on top of that, you're going to have to give him capital. And he doesn't have 100% chance to finish it. Maybe he'll only figure out a couple things and then you'll select from a list. Like he's like, I'm sorry, but I was only able to discover 2 things, or you know, something along those lines. Or it could be a variation of that, or maybe you don't even have to have that. Maybe he just gives you a message like, you know, we got this, but the rest of it we couldn't figure out. And then you got to go back out and do it. That gives you a way to obtain enemy ships without having to kiss their ass, wrap up with a faction when it makes absolutely no sense at all, and then pay them millions, if not tens of millions, for the blueprints for their ship, when reverse engineering is a thing that we even have in this day and age. So if they're nano constructing facilities, don't tell me, and I'm able to teleport around the galaxy, don't tell me that like that technology would not be something that they could do, that they couldn't reverse engineer another ship and figure out how it works. So anyways, that's just my 2 cents on it, man. I don't want to play a modded save, I really don't, but I'm not going to spend the hundreds of hours dumped into it. So Um, anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me gripe. Maybe this strikes a chord. Maybe some people have better ideas. Want to put them in the comments down below. If you guys feel as strong as I do about this and enjoy the game, and maybe this is something that's been pissing you off too, like please reply. Maybe share it with some friends or something. Maybe we can get it to Egosoft's eyes, because they do respond very well to player feedback on things. It's just a thing of they're so busy and they're working so hard on squashing so many bugs and whatever future plans they have for the game that, you know, sometimes these little things slip through the cracks. So anyways, thank you very much for your time. Happy gaming out there. We're living in a really crazy time right now, man. So be safe no matter where you are in the world. Don't listen to the politicians would be my thing. I'm not going to get political on this thing. This isn't the time or place for it, beyond saying don't listen to the politicians so much. Listen to what the doctors are saying, right? Or the news, because they're just out for ratings and political points, whereas the doctors are out there to save lives, and that's who we need to be listening to right now. But I wish you and your family the best as we go through this incredibly trying period. And you all take care. Happy gaming, and I'll catch you around. I promise my next video won't be a complainer. Take it easy, y'all.